The Out There channel.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Yo. Good to be back. Another Christmas, pre-Christmas show. Then we got another one next weekend, isn't it? And then we got the Christmas or post-Christmas show. Yeah. Time's flying. See if I can get a bit more comfy here. Okay. Who's out there? Anybody? Okay, we're doing that today. I'll just sort out some admin stuff here. Wee bit late today. We got one on YouTube. Yes, it's been another busy week. Okay. Hopefully I won't forget to pin it this time. Is that pin? Yeah. Cool. Filled. How's it going out there? Looks like it's going. Why don't I see the pin? Right, that's that done. Who's out there? What we got? Filled 2, YouTube 2 now it reckons, and one on Rumble, which could be me. I don't know how it works. So where's my name?
Yes, my name is Ken.
Mr. Ken Tyler. Doesn't look like a glitch.
I don't know. It doesn't look like a glitch.
Yeah. So, not sure what happened to Stone Hobbit, but we were meant to have done an interview yesterday, as far as I understood. She didn't show. So, yeah. Anyway, I have been busy other things, mostly Reddit. So yeah, we've got Secureteam coming up. Was that the first topic though? What did I have in the settings? Yep, Secureteam first. So we might play some funnies for Secureteam, just to remind people that he's a hoaxer and confess to it. And he blocks me whenever I tell people that. So everybody should be out there posting my links, because it drives him crazy. Because it gradually eats away at his user base. They finally wake up because they're too lazy to do some searches. Yeah. Let's see. I've got Medellin there. Let's try it this way this time. Troll.
And I am dumb, and I am dumb, and I am dumb. And I am dumb, and I am dumb, and I am dumb, and I am dumb, and I am dumb,
Yeah, it is dumb.
and I am dumb, and I am dumb, and I am dumb.
Yes, my name is Ken, and I work as an astronomer and a scientist for a government agency. That is all that I can say at this time. Yes, my name is Ken, and I work as an astronomer and a scientist for a government agency. That is all that I can say at this time.
My name is Dr. Eric Norton, and I have worked as an outside consultant for the NSA and NASA for going on 12 years now.
My name is Dr. Eric Norton, and I have worked as an outside consultant for the NSA and NASA for going on 12 years now.
The date is June 29th, 2008, 6:32 p.m. Reading this message to let...
The date is June 29th, 2008, 6:32 p.m. I'm creating this message to let...
Yes, my name is Ken.
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 Yes, my name is Ken. Ken.
Disinformation artist. Disinformation artist.
Yes, so that was all done before deepfakes even existed. Yes. I suppose people should have got their notifications for now. Cool song, that one. Yeah, so let's just get into it. I don't know if it's one of his worst ones he's put out in a while, but it should be a laugh. I'll just go full screen on it. Hoaxer. Oh yeah. Before we do that, I just want to test this out here again. I've played this one for a while. Well, I can't see it. Hasn't caught up here yet. Because we haven't tried it on the new side checks. I think it's a wee bit wider. Alright, that's the first one. That shoots the avatar and anyone up here on chat. The other one shoots the side chat. Hopefully, let's see. Alright, gotta untick it again. Normally get some trolls on the side, we can use this one. Terminator UFO. What's up, guys? Tyler here. It's actually a longer animation than I thought. Destroying the side chat. Nuclear bomb. Oh yeah, still works. The size is right still. Cool. Actually made it a wee bit wider just in case by the looks of it. Yeah, that one looks good. I love that little animation. Anyway, yeah, better get on with it. I've got 5 now. Okay, everyone is finally hooked on to us. We'll start doing some serious stuff. Where's that? That's it. Yeah, Christmas tree. Can we get rid of that? No, it's always on top, isn't it? It doesn't matter. Yeah, so we just play it. What's your guess? Yeah. I have seen it ahead of time this time. Yeah, it's pretty cringe. That's probably cringe-worthy of a major award. I swear that's got bigger. Google
hey,
really
what's up, guys?
Tyler here. What do I talk about? Cringier.
Tyler here with Secureteam, and before we dive into today's strangeness, I wanted to take a minute to talk to you all, not as just a narrator, but as your friend.
As a bullshitter, and a scammer, a grifter, a hoaxer, make fake videos, fearmongerer, and what else? Scammer.
And as the guy behind this channel. So a few
And the guy that's been ripping you off for years.
days ago, right on Thanksgiving, this channel quietly hit another birthday. And every time
This channel had another birthday. 14 years scamming people out of their money. He's now got 4 million in the bank.
that date comes around, especially after all these years, it sort of hits
Which
me
is
in
8
the
million
chest.
my money.
In fact, I didn't even realize that it was the channel's birthday, as it happened on Thanksgiving, and when I logged into my dashboard, I got a sort of little happy birthday notification from YouTube, and Secureteam 10
Oh, good.
is now officially 14 years old, if you can believe it. And what...
Yeah, I find it a bit hard to believe since we've been outing you for at least 9 years of that. And people have been outing you before I showed up too. So, I think it was even worse before I showed up. And before he deleted his first 2 years of his channel to hide things.
What an amazing ride. It started with me in a tiny room staring at old lunar anomaly photos and thinking, man, someone
Man, I can really scam these guys with this stuff.
has to talk about this stuff. And somehow, through late
He's got that little laugh sometimes.
nights, burnout, trolls, shadow ban,
I got burnt out. It's so hard scamming once with video. How many videos does he do now? One a month?
and disappearing for too long, coming back.
I disappeared. Tell people why you disappeared, Tyler. Because your wife kicked you out of the house for cheating on her? For binging on opiates and booze and having hookers?
Heartbreak, family stress, all of it. You
Go on, you ain't told the truth.
guys were still here, watching, commenting, checking in, and if you've ever watched a video, commented, shared some...
I'm a pig. Look at him. Trying to take off, what's his name? Paul? What's that guy's name? Paul Logan? Man, they're thick eyebrows, man. Wonder what it looked like when he's 80.
something weird that you captured, or just checked in on me to see how I was doing.
Anyway, he lied about his dad dying. His dad's actually in prison. He admitted on his Twitter account when people started questioning the age of his dad on the videos he was putting up. And he says, oh no, that's my pseudo-dad, my granddad.
I want all of you guys to know that you kept this channel alive.
And all these big channels built these boxes just to get that golden play button. They weren't cheap either, these boxes. And Google stuffed that up, didn't they? They don't give you precise counts anymore because they fiddle your subs all the time. Let your subs disappear.
Live. Secureteam has been my life for over a decade, and the fact...
Yeah, I was on food stamps before Secureteam, and then I put out a few scamming leaker videos and photoshops, and no one picked up on it. Well, a couple that I deleted, so every time they try to boast.
that so many of you are still here blows me away, and it's
The hookers do that, don't they?
extremely humbling. So thank you all, and happy birthday to the greatest community that a hopelessly inquisitive insomniac like me from Ohio could ask for.
Why would anyone want to believe a kid with no qualifications, that young, claiming to be access to leakers? That used to be called the #1 leaker source. Yeah, I wonder why, Tyler.
And I promise you guys that as long as you're here and you're down to do it, I'm down to keep fighting for this thing that we all built together. So having said that, let's get in.
There's the smoke. Haha, got you, you suckers.
Into it. First up tonight, we've got a brand new piece of UFO footage.
New piece of UFO footage. I made sure not to investigate like all the other ones.
Footage that was emailed to me by a viewer out of Riverside, California.
This one's gonna be the most ridiculous one I've ever seen from his channel. Well, maybe one of 1,000 ridiculous ones, but this is really the most ridiculous one maybe in the month or the year, maybe even.
Shot this on October 26th, just after midnight, and what he captured, well, this is the kind of thing that reminds me of why I started this channel in the first.
Yeah, I can use this to scam you guys and get advertisers. What the advertisers don't know doesn't hurt them.
First place. So before we go any further, check out this clip.
Oh, vertical filming. Lovely. Hey guys, it's in a car through a window, so everybody's going to think it's a reflection. Generally they are on his channel.
¿Qué está pasando?
I wonder if this is one of his fans. Seem to enter.
¿Es eso en el cielo?
So there's lights in the distance here. Now, we've talked about this effect where things look like they're in front of things.
Okay guys, so take a look at that, and we're staring at what looks like...
Yeah, now he's zoomed in, we can see it a wee bit better.
A bright, structured object.
Because the camera's always moving, and it's using a CMOS sensor in phone cameras. They process in serial, not parallel, and they sort of like a flatback scanner. So if you're moving fast enough, or the object's moving fast enough, it can appear to be over top of things because the image has basically been corrupted. Because the scan lines are coming down, or left to right. Depends which way you have the phone around, and which type of camera you're using.
Hanging low in the sky.
But you'll see
static almost
that it passes over posts and
as
bridges, right? So people naturally will think that's a reflection. But yeah. So why does something that's in the background end up in the foreground? Well, because it's got bouncing, moving, going up and down, and it's probably because it's from portrait, it's scanning in blocks of 10 rows of pixels downwards. So as the camera has bounced back down, it's sort of added what it was scanning here to the next line. So because the pixels have been re-energized basically.
The viewer zooms in, this
and you can see now it disappears, right?
Thing has a very strange, almost letter M shaped silhouette to it, although that could be the angle. Doesn't seem to me to be a plane or a drone that I've ever seen. It doesn't blink, it doesn't strobe, it just kind of sits there, glowing, almost like it's self-illuminated.
So it's going through there because the car's not bouncing up and down. But if the car bounced up, right, that will probably end up over the tree because that will go downwards. Oh no, let's see, bounce downwards. No, the tree will go upwards.
And I want you to look closely at the edges of it, because there's this weird geometry, almost like two angled windows.
So what is it? Well, it's a few possibilities. It could be a light in the sky connected to a blimp. Could be a projection on a cloud from a casino or something like that. Or it could be a lit up sign on a building that we're not seeing. Maybe because it's low level clouds. Or there could be a mountain range there that it's lighting off. And we probably would have to run it through some filters, maybe work it out. So we make a list of possibilities and see if we can actually figure it out with video analysis. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Almost looks like a high rise there, but looks like something rising up to a peak there. Now, is that simply the cloud, or is that like a mountain range? Alright, so that's the second image there. Let's just keep on watching it.
Wings or fins forming that shape, and the brightness of it is uniform, almost plasma-like. And as some of you guys may have initially thought, when I first looked at this footage, I almost thought I had debunked it, because I thought that this was nothing more than a reflection coming from inside the car somewhere, you know, hitting the driver window. And part of the reason is because as
very pixelated, you see. That's because it's filmed in portrait and you had to zoom it in. So it's going to make it really hard. So it looks like a letter M. Let's see if it was projected. Seems to be on a slope. Going this way, right? And it looks like the M's going this way. And it can't be a building because they wouldn't have it on a slope, the M. It would be more upright, wouldn't it? And on the cloud, I don't think it'd be that solid, the lines here. So I reckon it's on the side of a mountain here, and it's facing down a slope going this way, although we can't see it.
As the car is moving down the freeway and the object is passing behind obstructions, whether it be trees or overpasses, it looked as if the object was passing on top or over these things, therefore not making it behind them, and therefore a reflection.
Yeah, but it's known as rolling shutter.
Or maybe a faked video. But as I zoomed,
rolling shutter with motion.
Then I realized this is not.
I did actually do an episode on that, just looking at other videos, right? Stupid thing. A long time ago now. Let's see if I can spot it. Yeah, last year. History keeps on repeating. So I don't think so. Looks like there's one there I didn't do a thumbnail for, but it's members only. Did I go past it? 2 years ago. Can't be that old, can it? Man, done so much stuff. Can't see it. I always have this problem. When you're not looking for it, you spot it straight away. I must have gone past it. Remember that lampshade one that Louis was showing? I debunked it a long time ago. 3 years ago. When did he start showing that? Last year, wasn't it? He just had to watch my channel, didn't he? I thought I had debunked it before. Let's go past it. I did one on wrong shutter with motion. Damn CPU. Come on. Should be obvious once I see it. So it was around about here. Why can I see it? Anyway, let's just try a search on it. Type in wrong shutter. There it is, episode 90, oh yeah, last year. Episode 86, where I just got hold of someone's video driving around in New Zealand, or Auckland I think it was. If it's shot off like that, you know, at high speed. So yeah, whereabouts was it? This is where the chapters come in, so you can click on chapters. Then look for it, if you want to dive straight to it. Oh yeah. Ooh, we got a new sub or something. Can't see anything. Diane, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Yeah, so we got probably listed in the thing. I think you can do Control F at this stage. Look for it. Let's see. Proving what ships look like. Eyes are not terribly great today. Oh, I forgot to put my glasses on. That might help. Yeah, I'll put the glasses on. I know I forgot something. Oh, I've got fingerprints on it. Oh, that's better. Now I can see a bit better. Or at least read a wee bit better. Now we cover a lot of stuff. So it must be further at the beginning. Good phase. Oh, here we go. Rolling shutter. Resume. How many people watched that one? Got only 9 likes, 99 views, didn't even make 100. Type it in and then take a screen snapshot and say, oh, this is rolling shutter, or give me the web link. So, yeah. So, I think I did this one here. Well, that's rolling shutter again. You can see it's sort of transparent here even, and we got some background lights of a building appearing through a obviously a high mask light, which shouldn't be possible. So these, and this one here, look, it's disappearing here. So this is probably the one coming up here. This one's disappeared. Yeah, so you get all sorts of strange things when you use a CMOS camera in a car. Unless it's a high speed frames per second video, which none of them are. Even 60 wouldn't be good enough. So you're getting like a street sign over top of the post. So instead of seeing the rest of the post, you're getting like a ghosty image of a street sign there. Let's see, where was the video? Yeah, so like that there, where you get lights appearing. Well, that's obviously a street lamp appearing in front of a sign, which can't possibly be true. Where's the video I was playing for it though? Clouds or alright, so we're talking about that one with the ships on the water, and it looks like they're in the sky when they're actually at the sea level, and with motion off the plane and all that, looks like they're in front of the clouds when they're actually not. Clouds above boats. Optical illusion, isn't it, guys?
I see clouds above the boats. Where the boats are, no. There's no clouds above the boats because you wouldn't see the boats. The clouds are before the boats. Then where the boats are, there's no cloud.
You ain't listening. These long, skinny ones, we thought maybe they were waves to start with, but they're just long fog clouds that you get on the edge of the. That's when we had GabberTV on. Oh, here we go. Here's the video I used. Images. This is a problem with filming with smartphones. I thought I played a wee So bit I of said it. to the guy I was going to find him examples, and then he goes and blocks me. You know, so here's the examples of where things appear to be over top or in front when they're actually behind the object. Well, that's rolling shutter again. Anyway, I have to watch it slowly, I guess.
In the last few days,
but yeah. If you want to learn more about rolling shutter, I'll just copy that one. It's all part of understanding how cameras work and the flaws they have. They'll get better as they get faster, though. Rolling shutter with motion. So that's why we've got to be careful saying it's reflection. And it's one that often comes up as the car one with lights appearing in front of the post. So back to Secureteam's video. That one there, was it? Let's just reset that.
Not the case, as you're seeing here. Every single tree or building or overpass which has this chain link fence attached to it, well, the UFO passes behind each and every one of them.
Oh yeah, so if it's an M on the side of the mountain, what city in USA has M on side of hill or mountain or something? Let's see. What's that saying? M. There we go. Several several US cities have large letters or monograms on hills with prominent M's in Rapid City, South Dakota, School for Mines, Planterville, Wisconsin, world's largest M, plus other M's for schools in places like Golden, Colorado. Okay, so there are 6 apparently. List of hillside letters. Where did he say he was? Montreal or something. Montana, was it maybe? Did he say at the beginning? California? Gee, man. There you go. Looks like Americans like big capital letters on the side, like Hollywood. Anyway, yeah, it's why he has to put a video up with a Hollywood sign. That's what someone should do, a meme with him with his little M and Hollywood sign, maybe.
Those. So whatever.
Where did you say it was from? Probably didn't, right?
I started this channel in the first place. So before we go any further, check out this clip.
No mention of location. Fundamentals.
Best black triangles.
Okay, has he actually mentioned where
In the
it
video
is?
description, I'll feature your UFO footage or whatever you might have. So do that, and also post your comments down below. Fading out, almost like someone dimmed a lamp. And just to be straight up, this is one of the stranger shapes of UFOs that I've seen in a while. So yeah, guys, let me know what.
He's such a dork, this guy. If you're going to scam people, at least choose decent videos. Stupid magnifier's playing up. Well, the CPU is. I just reset that. Took your time. Must be CPU, I think.
That it's not just a flash in the sky. This thing holds its shape and its position the entire video. The witness said that it hovered there for several minutes before.
Just got distorted, didn't it? That's the problem with motion blur. Right, something lane. East. I don't know.
Minutes before silently fading out, almost like someone dimmed a lamp. And just to be straight up, this is one of the stranger shapes of UFOs that I've seen in a while. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Put it down below, and we will circle back to this later if more footage comes in. Pretty cool stuff. Big thanks to the viewer. And if any of you guys have similar footage or know what this is, email it to me.
Just film anything and we'll put it up on the channel and let people decide what it is. What garbage.
My contact info is down in the video description.
Yeah, keep sending me videos so I can make money.
Footage or whatever you might have. So do that, and also post your comments down below if you think you know what this could be or if you've seen something similar. Alright, next up we are...
that's the clearest image we've got of it. And yeah, you can see here I've got motion blur and looks like a traffic light there or a tree. Yeah, I did say where it was. And I could at least put that up on the beginning of the thing. 9 PM, Montana, blah blah, 25th of December or something, you know.
Thought I had debunked it because I thought that this was nothing more than a reflection coming from inside the car somewhere, you know, hitting the driver window. And part of the reason is because as the car is moving down the freeway and the object is passing behind obstructions, whether it be trees or overpasses, it looked as if the object was passing on top or over these things, therefore not making it behind them, and therefore a reflection or maybe a faked video. But as I zoomed in, I realized this is not the case. As
I thought there might have been another street sign, but yeah, apart from that one, yeah.
Every single tree or building or...
But yeah, people watching this will know a letter M on the side of a place. There'll be enough people watching this that will have posted what it is. And I even asked the AI. So we'll come back to it. And we'll go over which ones or what they are.
As to what this could be. You know, these kinds of objects with structured lighting like this are showing up more and more. And what I love about this...
Yeah, they will keep building capital letters inside of mountains.
One is that it's not just a flash in the sky. This thing holds its shape and its position the entire video. The witness said that it hovered there for several minutes before silently fading out.
Ridiculous.
Almost like someone dimmed a lamp. And just to be straight up, this is one of the...
Just like some cloud passed in front of it, maybe?
...stranger shapes of UFOs that I've seen in a while. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Put it down below, and we will circle back to this later if more footage comes.
So what do these guys think, the first one? Have we got out there? Anybody? Let's see. Did I see someone? The Tankila, how's it going? You want to gen UAP footage? Check out Long Island and New Jersey beat cams. We'll see them every week. You mean cams, which will pick up birds and flies? Yeah. I suppose you can call them UAPs. You won't see it on high-spec cameras because it'll be so obvious what it is. Yeah, don't trust anything you see on a cam. As you can see here, even on a smartphone, it's pretty bad.
Comes in. Pretty cool stuff. Big thanks to the viewer. And if any of you guys have similar footage or know what this is, email it to me. My contact info is down in the video description. I'll feature your on Reddit posted what they are calling, quote, one of...
So we've been through the triangle ones before, right? TR3Bs do not fly on the side like that with 3 lights aimed at you. So what's this going to be? We've gone over these ones time and time again. They always turn out to be either Chinese lanterns or LED kites. This is a new one. You can only say it's a triangle craft when you're directly underneath and aim the camera directly up it as it's passing overhead, right? And they don't fly around on the side like that. Even if they were banking, it wouldn't be like a full vertical turn, right? It would be slightly, but I don't think any of the triangle crafts bank. They sort of float along level, then zoom off, don't they? I don't think I've seen any people playing real witness planes or seeing triangles fly like this. And only when it's passing over top of them. So I reckon this is probably going to be a LED kite.
One of the best black triangles they've ever seen. And honestly, they might be right. The image posted to Reddit shows a pitch black triangular craft, perfectly defined edges with what looks
perfectly fine kites.
like the classic.
I don't know if you can, he's not going to zoom on it at the moment, the looks of it. Let me just, see what I can do with it. Okay. I have to really zoom in. So you can see it looks like it's got reflections happening in a triangle shape, which kind of suggests it's reflecting off some black material canvas. You can see that it does seem to have not straight edges, so it sort of bends in there a little bit and bends in there a little bit. So yeah, it's looking more and more like a kite. Look how much I had to do to actually analyze that.
3 light configuration. The TR3B black manta configuration.
That shows it up even better now because he's zoomed in for us. We can zoom in on his. Actually, it's the HD. Yeah, it's on HD. Good. Yeah, so it looks like it's definitely a structure. Not just 3 lights in the sky. And it looks like it's got edges on it, you know, which you would have a wireframe on a kite. You're not going to see the strings on it.
And whoever took this caught it at just the right moment, hovering low with a clear sky and with enough moon.
Because they didn't do a video of it, is very highly suspect. You know, they took a photograph. A video will at least give us some signatures of how it's moving.
Light to illuminate its outline. This isn't a blurry streak or a smudge. This is geometry. Straight, sharp edges, a uniform matte surface, and no...
I think he's got some filters on there too. Let's just check. Oh no. He's just boosted up the brightness. But you can see there, it doesn't look like nice straight edges at all. It looks like it's got a curvature going on there. And it looks like it's sunken in slightly there.
No visible wings, no tail, no fuselage, just
and no video of it, which is highly
charge in the
suspect,
air.
mate.
Exact wrong moment, you may have missed it. So a photographer named Show Up with Intent. And finally tonight, we are jumping across the world into northern Italy because something enormous flashed above the town of Possagno, and unless you blinked at the...
Alright, so where's he getting it from? Planet Earth. Bizarre UFO like halo. It's not really well defined there, is it?
The exact wrong moment, you may have missed it. So a photographer named Walter Benato, the same guy who captured apparently this same red ring back...
So to me that looks like it's looks like a street, looks like a house security camera, night vision camera to me. He's saying it's the same cameraman, but I reckon it's this on this house, and he probably was just looking through it. And because the way security cameras work, you probably would have noticed it easier because it's less frames a second. But yeah, you can see this is like some sort of aurora borealis where solar winds illuminated deep into space, right? Edge of the Earth's atmosphere, and looks like that particular region has that sort of difference in the magnetic field. Spain, that's getting near the top. Was it Spain or Italy, he said?
So a photographer named Walter...
Italy. So I put that through I put this video through AI anyway, and for some reason none of the AI would allow me to post the YouTube link like we were doing last weekend. It's like they saw what I was up to and put us block to it, or they've taken it offline, so I had to paste the actual transcript directly myself. Which was a bit more work, of course. So yeah, I posted the script and let it analyze it and see if it could help me search anything for the M and stuff. Thanks for sharing. So it already knows it's Secureteam. This one has been circling a lot after slowing it down frame by frame. Okay, talk about Riverside, California. So M-shape glowing object. So he must have said that. I must have missed it. Yeah, where's my search for it? I suppose I've trashed it. Yeah, must have done. Letter M. What was it? Riverside. Kelly. Let's see, I'll probably figure it out. Okay, the letter M near Riverside, California refers to the big M, a large hillside letter landmark on Box Springs Mountain. Yes. Well, there you go. And of course the AI helped us pin that pretty quick. So yeah, why isn't Secureteam doing that? Because he doesn't want it solved. He wants to put it up as a video for clickbait. Shape uniform plasma. So the AI has mentioned it here, but it hasn't said that's on Box Hill there at all, has it? Reflection on the hills. Reflection window, shape uniform. Not plain. And then it talks about the black triangle one. And then it talks about Italy. So yeah, classic Secureteam episodes. Sounds like AI has been programmed by drongos. Okay, what solutions do you have is what I said to it. The first one is debunk. What do you think it is? Okay, digging into this. We can see how AI thinks now, you see. Alternate explanations for riverside objects. Distant flare stack or industrial lights. No. Likely high 80% match like the plasma light uniformity, low altitude hang. We've seen similar UFO reports from refinery flares. Nope, it wasn't that. Why not perfect? The sharp wing fin geometry is stretched unless the angle caught the stacks support arms just right. Next, high altitude balloon or weather probe. Nope. Lens sphere, artifact from car mounted camera. No. So it's gone through lots of things there, but it hasn't got it right. Exotic drone. No. Less likely wildcards under 10%. Lanterns. No. Formula letter M. I said no. There's a sign that projected up with lights on clouds, I said. Well, that's what I said initially. Gotcha. Sky protection signage on clouds. Makes total sense as a fresh angle. So it should be able to look up Riverside to see if they've got any letter M's related to it, right? But the AI hasn't caught on yet. Headset's full enough. Wire cloud protection fits the footage perfectly. Visual match. Behavior in the clip. Hovers steadily for minutes. No noise, no movement. Why this screen's local event tick. So it's talking about festive lights here. So you can see why AI could go wrong. But it's a good clue. You can look into it. And then I said, let me help you. Let me help you more. The first video is not a UFO or UAP. It was filmed in Moreno Valley, California. I recognize the location because of the 60 FWY sign visible over the overpass. So I actually found out through a comment on his page and plugged it in to see what the AI would come back with. See, this is the problem with AI. It's because Google restricts the comments being searched. They can't look for clues or what people said it might be. Boom, nailed it. Thanks for the insider scoop. Alright, so quick confirmation on the M landmark. What it is, a massive whitewashed M, about 150 feet tall and wide, covering a fifth of an acre, was built in 1966 by the Moreno Valley Noon Rotary Club and high school students on the slopes of Box Springs. Yeah, it's finally got it. The lighting transition is not a constant glow. The city lights it up almost nightly for holidays. Awareness campaigns and tributes. Why this explains the UFO footage, shape and glow. Behavior in the video, static hover, fixed on the mountainside at 2,000 feet, so that's what can be seen for a long distance. This debunks it cleaner than any drone or protection theory I floated earlier. I wonder if it remembers next time if you ask it, or someone asks it, will come up with the right answer straight away. It should do if it's true AI. Okay, so he also claims red ring over Italy can't be lightning strike because of the size, and photographer odd off filming it twice is above norm. Tyler's got a point on the surface. These massive rings look straight out of sci-fi. I don't know why it's sucking up to Secureteam all of a sudden, the AI. Yeah, he slipped here. Same guy nailing it twice does raise eyebrows, but digging into the details and correcting his transcript slipped. Volta Benito, not Bonado. New one hit on November over Possenego in Italy, Alps. It's solidly textbook elf physics, no need for portals or UFOs. So he said he's got the numbers correct, the size of it. Why the size is normal for elves. These aren't your garden variety spikes. So it's to do with lightning. And where it puts those spikes that goes into the outer space. Which top at 50 kilometers, 30 miles wide, and look like jellyfish dangling from storm tops. Elf missions. Emissions of light and very low frequency turbulations due to electromagnetic pulse sources. So, EMP from the lightning. Tyler calls it massively strange, implying sketchy odds for one dude in a tiny town. But zoom out, Benito's not some random lucky smuck. He's a dedicated TLD transition luminous event hunter with years of skill. So he's even done a background check on the guy that did the photograph. So he actually is a storm hunter. And it looks like he had a locked off camera, and probably just goes through the footage, right? Well, the odds are way lower than they seem. Since 2019, Benito has bagged hundreds of related phenomena like these sprites, plus at least 3 elves. There you go. Bottom line, Tyler's hype is fun. I don't know why it's sucking Tyler's dick. But this is peak atmospheric drama. Lightning secret light show. Confirmed by NASA vets and storm chasers. Okay, so I said the TR-3B looks like a triangle LED kite. Spacecraft would not fly that way up, would be flat and only see triangle from below. Totally with you on this one. The TR-3B mantra. why the kite theory crushes it for most sightings. Shape, visibility, behavior, matches, style, and now the unusual quiet and pressure change feels. Kites are dead silent, no props, no jets. You didn't say I was a kite though, mate. On a still night, the subtle whoosh of air or your own adrenaline can feel like static buildup. Of course, you got RC kites too that can just hover as well, but like drones, right? But what about a real spacecraft? You're right about the flight dynamics. If this were a legit spacecraft, alien probe, reverse engineered, saucer or USAF wet dream, why the hell would it loiter apex up like a drunk hang glider? Alright, so that's what the AI said. So the AI didn't quite do a good debunk on it. Not until I gave it more information, right? So you still need a human brain behind solving these things. AI is still not good enough. So yeah.
Bernardo, the same guy who captured apparently this same...
Yeah, he said Bernardo. There's no D's in it, T's.
Red ring back in 2023 caught another one just a few days ago. And this thing is wild. The photo...
According to AI, the photo, well, actually 3. He's only found 2.
Posted to a couple of online news outlets shows this massive, perfectly circular halo of red light hanging over the mountain.
Drizzly, dragging it on a bit there.
To catch not one, but 2 of the clearest ELV images.
We actually caught 3.
But I'll put a link to the newest news story on this.
Now, has he got a link? Let's just check, because sometimes he doesn't. Let's see. Instagram. Nick. Channel membership. I'm not seeing it. Am I missing it? Tip me. It's all about bye. Where's the links, Tyler? Mick. Talks about the description. But yeah, there's no links there, is there? Not a single link. And of course you got all these people sucking up to him here. Who else has been here since the early days? 108 people replied to it only. Tolly was doing UFO videos before Jeremy Corbell. In fact, Corbell used to watch Secureteam until we found out he was a hoaxer. Geez, 14 years of wasted time looking at Photoshop fakes and dishonest stuff by this guy. Happy birthday! Triangle UFOs are real. I saw one fly directly over my head. Well, again, that could be someone flying an RC kite. You wouldn't hear the prop plane. prop on it, because they can be very silent. Again, you'd have to see the video and see if you can estimate the size. Tyler Bro, you're one of the greats in UFO history. God, aren't you going to look silly when you grow up and find out the truth about the guy that you love so much? 14 years, wow, I've been here since day one, you sucker. Yes, I'm still here, buddy. I remember back in 2017. I was just a little baby in my nappies. I've been watching your channel for 14 years. Another person, they're going to feel embarrassed when they find out the truth about them. He's not such a nice guy either. Yeah. Nice guys don't whack their spouse in the head. But anyway, I think that's all he's put up. And we can move on from that garbage. How many? He's probably got more views on that one. Yeah, than the last one. But yeah, it's getting less and less really. But we still can't wake up everybody. And this is fake. I don't know why Google allows them to keep those. But it should be active users, not how many subbed. This is where it's all wrong. All these big channels are always getting all the promotions all the time. No one looks any further. But anyway, he's debunked. Okay, so we got some more stuff to go over here. So that's Secureteam done. Rusty Wood. Please remember, AI is artificial and subject to manipulation. Well, it can be, but most AI use trustworthy websites like fact-checking sites and stuff like that, and science papers sites. No, science websites that have vetted papers and stuff. But yeah, it was Twitter's AI that sort of takes all the information from posts, which may not be correct. But I think they've gradually improved that, and it's got better and better. And actually looks for external web sources for the actual articles, the first published articles, and it's got more accurate with time. It should get better if it's self-learning, but it's not truly. It's artificial, like you said. It's not really like us where it keeps improving on learning, so the mistakes, you don't repeat the same mistakes. Yeah. So I've been watching Proof is Out There, and this guy's been showing up more and more over the place. What was his name? It's a physicist, scientist, Matthew Szydagis. Szydagis, is that how you say it? Shows your daggies. He can prove that we recovered alien space materials from Roswell. So you might remember there was art parts said to be debris that Linda Mulderhow apparently sold for $30,000 because she got hold of them eventually. But yeah, he's been on Proof is Out There contradicting other proper scientists that seem to have a better clue than what this guy did. So yeah, we're going to talk about the Falcon Lake one again, because he was on there blabbing on about burn marks being from ionized radiation, but that's not what's in the report. The guy said in the report that jets of steam or gas come out of vents that burnt him with these grid pattern on it. He's talking about them being like a grid of holes where like laser beams or high powered UV light blasted through them and burnt them on the skin, but like sun rays, right? But I will go over that in a minute. And also he was talking about, there was one that was clearly flares dropped from a military exercise on parachutes, and you could see they were flickering, and you could see there was smoke coming off them. And this guy comes on and says, yeah, I don't think they're flares because I don't see flares changing blue and red and orange, which is ridiculous, because if you look at the video, you couldn't see blue from the flares, and of course atmospherics can change the colors of things as well. So yeah, I'm not really liking this guy on the Proof Is Out There, because after he's had his say, they changed their outcome to be unknown when the scientists before him said, oh, it looks like he pressed a plate against his chest, which is exactly what I said in my analysis, what I looked at 5 years ago. But yeah, we'll talk about that more in a minute, recap it. So anyway, he's on this show here, Danny Jones, whoever he is, talking about arts parts, which most people have said have been mundane stuff.
I'm going to claim something very bold. I'm one of the only people who's actually figured out what at least one alleged UFO crash part is for. So recently, I've actually, with my help of my friends Mark, who came up earlier, remember we played the YouTube video from him with the spinning, thanks to my friends Mark and Jarrett, they're, you know, aerospace guys who are doing anti-gravity research.
Doing anti-gravity research in aerospace.
They're the real guys who are actually trying to make anti-gravity reality. Nobody's, you know.
Are they? What are they doing exactly? Are they doing the warp drive thing, where they're trying to bend so-called space? Or are they doing like the Russian guy claims, mass reduction by using what he calls gravity blocking, which is what what Tesla was doing as well. And he managed to levitate a metal rod made of a mixture of metals, I think he was referring to. He normally says very fine quality metal, which normally sounds like silver or something like that, you know.
No men in black have killed them yet. You ask them, they're like, oh, you know, it's a good day today, right?
He always seems to be laughing and joking, this guy.
Men in black haven't killed me yet today. But basically, thanks to them, I got a piece. It's known as the art part. You know, art...
Which look like bits from various plane crashes, right? So obviously when they do experimental planes, they crash sometimes, and then they have a team that goes and recovers all the parts, because it's top secret, of course. Make sure no one else finds it. But obviously occasionally they miss stuff, right? Gets buried into the ground or whatever, and or it was further distance away from the crash site than expected, or whatever the reason is. So you'd expect them to be using exotic materials and some of the metal materials they were developing for these stealth planes and stuff. So he reckons he's got a way to prove that it's from an alien craft, but I still think it's more likely to be Black Ops here.
Bell, Coast to Coast AM, Linda Moulton Howell also had this. So I got a fragment that's allegedly from New Mexico from 1947, and I've been doing material analysis on it. And I'm going to publish a paper on it, hopefully by the end of this year or next year. Then I'm going to...
So, we might get a paper next year, I guess.
Print out that paper, and I want to shove it up the ass or down the throat of every single skeptic and debunker, because we found...
Yeah, please do, because we'll probably debunk you.
...that material is anomalous, and discovered that the air...
Yeah, so like I said, it still can be man-made. And it can be anomalous because it could be using exotic materials, and it could even be using materials from outer space, from meteorite impacts, and just take the material, and they may have refined some material from that they're using the metal materials.
AARO report on this material was a lie. It was a whitewash. Wow. They didn't list half of the elements in it. They didn't list any of the interesting isotopic configurations. Nothing. Gary Nolan knows this. A few people know this who have pieces of the mother sample. There was a big sample. I only got a fragment of it. Right. And I developed a whole new technique. I developed a new way of testing what something is made of faster and cheaper.
You did?
Yes, I did, than existing techniques. Yes. And so I'm hoping that people start sending me like actual parts. I can determine whether something is terrestrial or extraterrestrial.
How?
By the isotopic ratio.
Okay.
So everything is made of elements, and each of those elements...
See, isotopes doesn't mean that it's alien technology, you know. We get it from space rocks. So that doesn't prove anything. Even if he says it's anomalous, yeah, they just got the material from recovered meteorites for experimental craft that crashed.
Elements as isotopes, but the isotopic ratios are unique to different planets, different parts of the galaxy. Still doesn't conclusively prove something's extraterrestrial.
Of course, that's based also on the Big Bang theory, where the first elements were made and they have a decay period, and yeah, because it gets spread throughout the universe and they have different ratios, right?
Because a skeptic could always say, oh, it was part of a nuclear test and it changed the isotopic composition. Sure.
No, you forget the major one. It could be from a meteorite fragment which comes from another part of the universe, just like Atlas, right?
Sure. Right. But what I can demonstrate is whether something is weird. I know that's very vague, but I can demonstrate whether something's weird, whether it's anomalous, or whether it's boring. Right. Like, oh, this is just a hunk of aluminum.
That reminds me. Are you familiar with the? There was some sort of material with a certain configuration of isotopes that was found in like in the middle of like nuclear blasts, that they found that matched the exact type of material they found on Mars. Have you ever heard of this?
I have not heard of this. Oh, so maybe we created it by accident.
Giorgiani was remember this, Steve, when Giorgiani was...
Yeah, so nuclear explosion does create a lot of energy, right? And it smashes atoms together. So it could form could create other materials from that. But isotopes?
I was talking about this.
Oh, are you talking about the possibility there was like a nuclear war back in the day on Mars?
This was his theory, but the hard evidence.
Now that Mars nuclear war stuff has been debunked anyway. But anyway, moving on, I think. We've probably played enough of that one. I'm not sure if there's a link to the full show there, but if you go to his link, it probably will be there. I'll post a link to it anyway. Why is it not highlighting it? So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he comes out with and how he gets debunked. But yeah, the physical evidence would have to come from a video and other information you captured at the time to be really credible of alien technology, right? Like if you were filming a flying saucer that crashed, and you got the video of that crash, and you got, well, it's flying overhead and something falls off it, and you catch it on the video, then that would be more solid proof, right? You got physical evidence from that thing in the video. But yeah, just a random fragment from anywhere, just ain't gonna cut it. What's his name? Nephew. So that's the problem with these PhD scientists, though. They're not really good video analysis guys, and they're not really good on UFO history of things, right? You basically want to give them something to analyze and just get the result back without them knowing too much about it. But once they get into the UFO topic, they seem to make a mess of things. Like Nolan was given a sample of blood from people claimed to be abducted to do analysis on it, and he was then told that they all had autoimmune problems and stuff like that. Which is kind of interesting because I also developed an autoimmune problem around about the time that the aliens were jabbing a needle on me. And I didn't even know about the autoimmune connection. So, yeah. Although my autoimmune has now improved, they reckon, or slowly disappearing, might be that maybe they're done with me now. But my health is still stuffed up a bit. I thought I saw some other comments, but no, we got to those ones. Okay, we're moving on to the next bit. Who's out there anyway? Where is everybody today? Is there something happening that I don't know about? I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so this is the Falcon Lake thing, and what I've been doing lately is converting some of my longer debunks and more famous or viral stuff into 15-minute videos where I debunk it. So apparently this photo here on this one is where he claimed that the spots reappeared on his stomach 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, was it? But anyway, the video I go over it, and I looked at it, and what nailed it for me was his t-shirt. It had a burn mark, like an iron burn mark on it, and it looked just like a waffle. So I decided to find, because he did a lot of camping out in this bush, and did a lot of collecting of rocks. He was a geologist and metallist, or whatever you want to call it, where he was dealing with silver and rare materials and stuff. But yeah, on the end of the video here, this way, I do my typical analysis. First of all, I find the right period, Waffle IRON, 1960s Waffle IRON, which was in the video here somewhere. that one there. And I simply overlay it in the video on his chest burn marks. And you can see that the regular space in between matches like something holding it onto their chest. Maybe it's heated. You can get chemical burns as well as heat burns. So he may have had some chemical that he put on the dimples on the other side, because it inserts inwards. You have like the cones on the other side, which would be circular or squares or something like that, little tiny squares on the other side, and the waffle mixture goes into these holes here. You can see even on the chest there, they sort of line up. But what really nailed it for me was his clothing, and namely the vest here. And you can see it's got straight lines, whereas it looks like he's done it a couple of times, right? It's got it in that direction there, and then he overlays it in that direction there. So we run it through the overlay process.
And this looks like,
with the waffle iron, it lines up even better. Right.
into something, right? So copy, paste into a new image.
Looks like something an iron would make.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what the waffle iron is for the.
Back then we had John in Tucson joining us on the side. He was a hardcore Secureteam fan until he met me and he watched my videos, and then he decided to join me on the side chat and ended up being a co-host for a wee while.
Barbecue that we're talking about, or bonfire.
All that pain for nothing.
Busted.
So yeah. So we can see that we lined up the edge of the waffle thing. It matches precisely, and you can see the burn marks through the overlaid image. We're lining up with the holes in the waffle. So I had to go up a wee bit there, I think.
So not only we got his chest,
but you got to remember he was pressing it multiple times as well, and if that was on like a cloth, the cloth flexes, right? So he would have had to, he would have been putting it on something flat or across his leg or something, and then putting the iron on top of it to try and make a burn mark, and then putting it back on. But yes, to me, it just proves it's a total hoax, his story. And of course, I've been putting it up on Reddit. So I've been doing all these little videos. I should really add Reddit here sometime, but anyway. Back then we didn't have 1080p, we only had 720p. But I'll post a link to it. Really, you should go to the channel home page and go to videos, and you can see all the ones I've been putting up. You may have missed them. I don't think Google alerts you, but yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. 9, 10 of them, I think, so far. 10, 11, 12, no, 13. So yeah, 14 maybe, is it? So you got 14 small videos there you could be watching. I'll just post a link to it. So if you haven't got time for the 3-hour ones, you might want to check out some of those ones instead. Something's happened. Speed. Let me just reload that again. There we go. So yeah, 15-minute videos. You can call them debunks if you want. We'll get in there. Also, one of them is, I've probably got it in the list here. It will open. This one here, but I think I got the video to it. Oh yeah, for everyone. So we'll talk about that one as well. So I'll just close that one down. Alright, so apparently, before we get on to the next video, 3-Eye Atlas split in half. Well, actually, that's what they've been saying, but it's not actually true. What's going on here, computer? So I put it through the AI. 3-Eye Atlas may have broken into multiple fragments after its close approach to the sun. Initial observations suggest it split into at least 3 pieces, with some astronomers noting up to 4 fragments. There have been recent reports and scientific discussions in November that the interstellar object key details fragmentation, not a split in half, while some social media speculation mentions a clean split. That's not correct. Using 1.82mm telescope in Italy, blah blah blah, captured images in mid-November that clearly showed the breakup. So that's doing the rounds at the moment. So it's meant to be reappearing in December, isn't it? December the 19th. So after that date, we might be able to get all the facts finally on it. So if it broke up into fragments, then that had to be a comet, doesn't it? So yeah. So all those claiming it was a spaceship, looks like they might be totally wrong. Oh yeah, so you might remember this one here, where the pilot passes what he claimed was a UFO, and then he actually turned around and chased it to try and get a fit picture of it, and this is what he got at the beginning here. You might be able to remember it. So far it's just playing the original, and now of course Secureteam put it up to profit from it, and this is the debunk back in 23.
Okay, so
let me just bring that down again.
This footage, among many we're going to get to today that have to do with planes, drones, and underwater craft, and as I stated earlier, it was captured from the cockpit of a private jet.
Okay, this video is a wee bit old now, at least 3 weeks, isn't it, or 4 weeks? So it took them a month to get to it.
Flying over Colombia in March.
There it is, there. Third phase might have been the first ones to bring this one up. Probably was on Twitter to start with, though. You can see again the pilot's filming it in portrait, so it's 1-eye mode
of 2023.
Yeah, it seems to be changing angle there, but
Passenger
we'll
model
step
by the
through
name
it
of
eventually.
Valentina Reda posted a video on her Instagram which shows this beautiful shot.
So you might remember this one, and I looked at it as a live debunk, didn't know anything about it, and started analysing it visually. But you can see here, it looks like a reflection of the cloud underneath. You can see it even looks like a cloud shape to it reflecting there. And I thought, oh, that's got to be a Mylar black balloon in that case, but what kind of black balloon looks like that? Then it come to me that it actually looks like one of those Grad Cap, which are flat. They're flat, and they have a little tassel, which, oddly enough, the edge of this balloon here has a break in the light reflection where the tassel would be. We're just not seeing it because it's such a out of focus with motion blurred video from a smartphone. We're just not seeing HD video as usual, Spud Cami. So everybody like Secureteam
like
turned it into like a triangular shaped UFO, right? So yeah, my video here goes through the process again. Of matching it to a one I thought it could be, with has a slight, it's not entirely flat, and it does have some writing in there of a graduation cap balloon. And so I started playing around with that one. So I thought, why can't we see the writing? It is white, and if it's got the cloud reflecting off it, you can see the light here is reflecting off it. So yeah, why wouldn't the sun illuminated clouds be reflecting off it as well? So yeah, so I do my usual lineup business here. Go. But the thing is, this is on an angle, so we're seeing more of the side, and we haven't got an image of this one truly on its side. And we're not seeing the tassels, so the image is, you know, rolling shutter plus motion blur. We're not seeing the full object in its glory. And so I start overlaying it, see how well it lines up, you see. Oh shit, look at that. It's lining up, isn't it? Hey? Are you with me? So what's interesting is the tassel doesn't line up at the moment. But when you rotate it upwards, the angle of this changes. And it cuts across to almost where that is there. So if we just go on a bit. It does look like there was something there. It's got the same. Now, could it have nice hat written across the top here? Or maybe it's one that hasn't got writing on it. But yeah, you can see it would be the same colour as the clouds. And it could just blend in with the reflection. Yeah, it does look like it's got some things that could be shapes of letters. But anyway, keep going. Whereabouts is it where I line it up a bit better? So I start using the 3D one here, which changes the Z plane and simulates it tilting. Just a wee bit. You can see it looks like it cuts across, something cuts across there. Yeah. So I simulate it being lifted up, but it's not going to look quite the same because we ain't got the edge, we ain't got the thickness. And I haven't perfectly trimmed off the white bits because I didn't think I needed to. Sort of deforms it a wee bit. Because you can see there's a white cloud around it anyway, so it doesn't matter about the white bits. And it does look like it's a different shape going on here to the over here. You see it's more of a flat side like cat balloon is. Slightly changed there though. Let's just play with that one. Now, of course, Mick West's team got slightly different result to mine, so I'm going to talk about it. Well, I believe I'm more correct than their solution. Maybe slightly too big now. So when you rotate it, it also stretches the size of it for some reason. Because we rotated it. Well, you can see the tassel is now lining up with the shadow here. There you go, look, it's matching up better. Still not quite right though. Too far that direction. It needs to be scaled down a wee bit. Yeah, it's a wee bit big. Confusing now though. It's a graduation cap. So, because we can't get it truly 3D, but you can see it, now we line it over. That tassel could easily go in that dark spot region. But yeah, it's a bit hard matching 3D objects in a 2D world though. So yeah, there was another solution that came up. Was it in the next video? Yeah, this one here from Mick West guys, and they reckon it is a different type of balloon. So I did my usual analysis on it to see which one matched it better. So they reckon it's this balloon here, but I've overlaid it there. You can see it doesn't match up. It's close, but it's more peaked here, and it's more of a flat bit here, a bit like the cat balloon, right? And you see the angles are off. Trying to get the angles in. But again, we got to rotate it a wee bit and all that, so I go through the process of doing that. You can see it doesn't sort of, it's got a bit here and a bit there, so it doesn't quite match up. But yeah, if you go through the video, I'll show where I got the images from Debunk. So they reckon it's this one here, and I don't think so. So I've tried to match that one and that one. It's a good try, but I think my cat one's more correct. So there's a bit of debate who's correct here. But either way, it's a balloon. So you can see it's a cap. Because I haven't rotated it. I rotated it around this way to get it in line with the other image. Does it look like these? I reckon they're too bulky in the middle, and the reflection doesn't match what's there. Even if that's the white side and not a cloud reflection. It's almost looks like it bends up. You know, the cap had a slight bend when it was blown up on the balloon, but these doesn't look like the right angles. Probably I should have tried to take one of these and overlay it as well, But they look too skinny there, right? It looks too skinny to be that one. So I said, which balloon matches better? The pilot, the better. What matches better? The pilot video test overlay versus other cap video debate. So you can see how skinny it looks here. And then this one here, because of the angle, still doesn't look right. And it looks a bit fatter on that angle. So I don't think it's that balloon. But just bringing it to your attention that I did have a quick look at it. And I did the other one too. Looking at it straight on. And you can see it doesn't match that way at all. There's no way to scale that with that matching up and the rest of the balloon fitting. So yeah, I don't think it's that one. But that's their solution on debunk anyway. So moving on. So yeah, Paranormal Breakdown put out this video, and it was on this week. No, not this week. 2 weeks ago. Proof is out there, and they said it was an unknown animal. I looked at this when I first saw it, and I thought, hang on, that kind of looks like an elephant with a trunk underwater, but it doesn't look quite right. But yeah, he did his investigation on it and did a really good job. And I'll just play a clip of it. It's going to have an intro on it. I got stupid music on it. See, what confused people was this video here. It can't be an elephant, it looks too skinny, right? But if you have a look at the whole video, how it sort of works. Goes from that so suddenly it cuts to that. You don't see it transition left to right, and most people don't catch that on. And I analyze it and see there's some motion underwater that looks like a trunk.
Show more of the creature, and the cuts are too early. When there's a greater zoom, the quality is higher, which is not what you should see.
So he finally puts it all together at the end here.
Separate from the rest of the head. So I started looking at pictures of elephants. There are
So he managed to get the high quality video, and it looks like it's been edited. Look, the elephant's ears have been chopped off.
part of the creature. You can see a shadow around the outside. An elephant hat or something. This is what must be holding the ears in place and covering the ear fold. It seems that it attempts to blend in, but the color is a little off.
I don't think it's wearing a hat. I just think it's just been photoshopped.
When I put the hat on an elephant in a similar position, it highly resembles the monster footage. If you got rid of this piece, it would become painfully obvious.
So, you have to put the ears back in.
Yes, that this is an elephant. However, this does not explain the final shot of the entire body and the other shot of the back. These shots do not show an elephant. This may be a log. I'm not.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it could be a log.
I'm 100% sure. It definitely floats like a log. If they brought an elephant to the lake, I'm sure they could have found a convincing.
Anyway, I'll let you watch the whole video, And yeah, that one's debunked. You know, so it just shows you proof is out there. Not even their video experts picked up on that, or anyone did any proper research on it. So that's a really good debunk. That's the sort of thing I would do. But I don't normally do elephants or sea monsters. I do Bigfoots, paranormal, and UFOs. I don't normally do other stuff. But anyway, elephant having a bathe in the water. So they reckon they just cut the video just as it's going to bring its trunk out of the water, because it can hold its breath. So that one's solved. So yeah. Is it going to open? Come on, you can do it. I need to get a drink anyway. Now look, the alien's going really slow. It's very hot here. I suppose you're freezing where you're at. We're at the bottom of the world. We get the hot wind straight from the middle of Australia in the slipstream. And it's like living in a big hot hairdryer here. You probably love it if you're in winter over there. But in the house it gets really, really hot, especially if you have to close the door and all that so people don't interrupt you. Okay, yeah, I was playing this last time and I found a better video version of it. Gary Wright, remember? Dreamweaver, help me through the night. It's actually got the lyrics, and I thought I'd just try and play some of this, because it's really good animation he did with it, or a set of graphics for it anyway. If it'll let us play it. Really weird stuff going on here with YouTube lately. Yeah. Very mystical. A wormhole. Lyrics come up, but yeah, you can see the graphics is pretty good. I've just closed my eyes again. It's down the bottom here because of the stupid thing. So I just closed my eyes again. Climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train. There's the Dreamweaver train at the end. That's a diesel one, I think. Yep, a diesel train, not a steam one. Driver, take away my worries of today. Good lyrics, these. Take away your troubles of today. And leave tomorrow behind. Oh, Dreamweaver. Morning light. Anyway, I better not play too much of it, but yeah, shame they haven't got the lyrics more at the top here. That's the only thing, but you can add an add-on where you do Control M if you happen to have your mouse over it and it gets rid of this. But normally you play it without the cursor over top of it. Yeah, so I've added it to my list here with some other ones. But we'll just skim through it here anyway, and share it with you. It's a good song, that one.
There still may be me away to the bright side of the moon.
There you go. Might be already in trouble. Shame we can't play it normally though. It'd be good for a Christmas thing. It's really mystical and UFO-y type thing. So yeah, Dreamweaver, great song, good lyrics on it. It's in my playlist though, but it doesn't matter. I got some other good stuff in there. Oldies, Complete Madness, you know them? They got 4 good songs from what I can see anyway. They come after it, that one. Here we go, it's going slow again. Oh well. Might just axe the tree here. Maybe it'll help. Just keep the lights on. Yep. Come on, you can do it. Yes. Oh, gone again. I'll click it once and wait for it to catch up. So I thought this was funny. Jay Anderson, Project Unity. He's such an egghead, that guy. I'd say one thing for Dr Greer, he gave me evidence. What evidence did he give you apart from being a shill with light beams, right? Not in the form of government documents or whistleblower testimony, but in the form of the idea that when you put into practice, allow me to have my own real experiences. Well, this is a guy who believes he can summon dots in the sky. I call that bollocks, you know. Because it doesn't happen to me, and if I ask them to show, they don't show. I could ask them nicely if they would show, but then that might not happen for a couple of months. And I don't think it happens anymore now. I think they've just left me alone now. But, yeah, we did an experiment with Gabber once where when I was walking the dog, I said out loud and in my mind, because I believe that I might be microchipped, that might be somehow transmitting some information that way. You just can't do it if you're not chipped. I said, oh, can you fly over Gabber's house? And he reckons that evening he had free fly over his house. And he went inside to grab his camera to try and film him, but it was too late. So yeah, I said, that's strange. I didn't tell you this, but I actually did this experiment. But we're still not sure what his sightings are of the orb, orange orb thing. I'm a wee bit skeptical of him because he's meant to have the smoking gun footage of aliens entering his house that was on a USB drive that went wrong. And if you sit on it too long, it loses its magnetic memory. But normally you could pay, if it's like smoking gun evidence that proves aliens and his story, you'd think you'd spend at least getting a quote on how to get it repaired. It might only be like $200 to get it repaired, because it could be just a circuit board, not actually the head crash, right? But yeah, apparently you just can't just put a new circuit board on. You have to copy some data off a chip on the circuit board of the original onto a new one. Something to do with calibrations they do at the factory. But once you got that, then you can access your files again. But he never reached out to James Fox or anyone to see if they'd be interested in trying to get it reclaimed if he couldn't afford to do it. Because I'm pretty sure James Fox would love to profit from smoking gun footage of aliens and UFO merging with the house. He was claiming it was like they looked like something out of Egypt. You can find the episode there where he was talking about it. But I'm a bit doubtful of his claim. But yeah, let's see, what did we call it? We called them the hat aliens or something. They look like Mayan hats, because I was looking through some images to see if I could find any hats that matched, and there was a similar type of hat they used in Maya, but like the step pyramids. And I said, oh, maybe they're not Egyptians but Mayan. He's saying like his kitchen bench turned into a slab that looked like it was from the pyramids and stuff. Just try search on hat. So you got the cat balloon. A cat of all things. Google search is crazy. Not that one. This one here. So he believed it was like that. He drew a picture of it or something. Never will let me focus on it. So he drew a picture. Called him the hat, or the lampshade people, lampshade hat people. And he said it was like stepped, but like the pyramids, you know. So yeah, if you've not seen the episode, go and check it out. But maybe I should turn that one to a 15-minute episode. It was an interesting story though. It'd be a good thing to make into a movie, I think. You get a lot of good ideas for sci-fi movies from ufology. But yeah, he started being a nuisance on the channel, so I stopped letting him come on. He got quite nasty in the end. That's always what happens eventually with people. This stupid CPU, yeah, that's finally caught up. The hat aliens. Of course, that was, he just come on to talk about his experiences for this initial thing. So I hadn't actually investigated anything prior to it, and we did it live on the air. But yeah, I should turn more into 15-minute videos for people. They're too lazy to watch the full live shows, unfortunately. But they're good for promos, you know. I should have been doing it for a long time, but it's just a lot of energy and work to do that, you know. I don't have any helpers doing it. But I found a quick way in doing the editing by using OBS and playing the video back in a big window, and pausing it and playing a chunk, pausing it, and just working out what chunks and what order to go in the video. So it seems to be working alright, doing it that way. But anyway, these two people are at odds at each other at the moment, and in my book they're both liars and disinformation. Let me just have a look. Is it still working? CPU is so slow. Oh. I don't think it's working, is it? Testing. Oh. Hello, are we back? Yeah, must have pulled the cable. And we lost the microphone. Anyway, I think we're back okay. So yeah, what good reason not to buy Age of Disclosure. Yeah, so yeah, I don't believe in CA5 unless slim possibility that you've been chipped, and then maybe there's a way to communicate using it. So all these people that think they can summon UFOs in the film and Starlink satellites is a good example, right? Where they believe CI5 is working, and they're delusional, and they're meant to be expert scientists, right? And they don't come across that way. So MacWest has been looking more at the wave of drones, which says that someone has analyzed all the sightings of all the available videos and matched it to all planes. I suppose it could have been helicopters, was some of them too, wasn't it? Drones are real, but these were planes. So he's posted a video about analysing it. I'll just play a clip, I suppose.
I said I wouldn't do it anymore, but I had to wrap up the coup drone saga from January 3rd. I never figured out.
It's got to be one of these issues with embedded play, I suppose.
A Boeing 737 passed at 2212, and it matches perfectly.
So is he using the psych rec of MacWest? Is that psych rec? It looks kind of like it. So he's matching up with this thing here. The flight path fits this one here. It's like I keep telling people, when it's about that level, when it's far away, it's actually at 30,000 feet, and it doesn't look like it. So, yeah. Here's another point in question. Of course, a lot of these are coming down to land at the airport. So, yeah. Denmark were all planes. He's looked at all the videos there in that episode, I guess. So that one's solved. Come on. We're back to that. Is it going to come? Must be getting on in time, because it normally happens when we're like getting there 3 hours in. For some reason, it's probably all the heat in the room slowing the computer down. I might have to put the fan on. That will cool it down. What's it say there? Stupid thing minimized on me. Yeah, what's the time I started? 11, 2.5 hours? Yeah, it's coming up to 3. Let me just put on the ceiling fan, it might help with the speed of it. Damn thing. Don't have a background more too though. Okay, it's starting to get a bit cooler. Okay, it's getting a bit cooler now. Let's see how we go. Okay, looks like it's sped up a wee bit ago. Yeah, so we're done with that one, haven't I? Or did I not copy it? No, I did. Yeah, that's working a lot better. Once you get the temperature up, that's it. So he's also said this here, drones are a real problem, but there's also a detailed history of public and professional people, including the military, even pilots, mistaken planes for drones. Anyway, I think we get the point. You got to check things out properly. Oh yeah, truth seekers. Might come back to that one, but that was quite interesting. We'll play a clip from it. There was something on it that I wanted to talk about. So Stephen Greenstreet's put up a thing here. It's so wild that Sean Hannity was the first person to actually ask Marco Rubio about his prominent appearance in a wacky UFO documentary which premiered 9 months ago. No one else did. Break-in, Secretary of State Marco Rubio distances himself from the Age of Disclosure, a new documentary which he appears in. So Rubio says, oh, we'll just play the clip there.
But I've got to ask you, there's a show that's come out, it's called The Age of Disclosure.
Yeah.
Okay, I know everyone probably, right? Everyone asks you about it?
Sure.
It's a new documentary. We had repeated instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities. It's not ours, and presidents operate on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah.
Okay, that is...
So a couple points on it. First of all, I'm not disavowing that. It was an interview that was done almost maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I was in the Senate.
So it was done a long time ago. And his views have changed, of course.
Right, so it wasn't recent. The second point I would make, I was describing the allegations that people have come forward with. I have people that came forward to us. You know, some of these people were Navy pilots, admirals, generals, whatever, that would come forward and say that there were programs in the U.S. government that not even presidents were made aware of. So I was describing what people had said to me, not things that I have firsthand knowledge of in that regard. A little bit of selective editing, but it's okay because, you know, you're trying to sell a show there. But the fundamental comments, I haven't seen it, but the clips I've seen and people have shown me are fundamentally true, and that is there are things, we know this has been documented, there have been things that fly over the airspace, restricted airspace, be it where we're conducting military exercises or the like, and everyone in the government says they're not ours. And so what I worry most about, just me personally, is that some adversary, another country, for example, has developed some asymmetric capability.
So he's talking about China or Russia.
For surveillance or the like that we just are not prepared for, you know.
So no mention of aliens there, right?
We're looking for missiles and fighter jets, and they're coming at us with drones and balloons. Yeah. Remember, you know, when NORAD turned on the radars and started looking for balloons, all of a sudden they spotted a bunch of balloons.
So, because we release balloons worldwide every day, weather balloons, NORAD didn't want false positives, so they adjusted their radar radio frequencies to ignore reflected material from balloons. And since the Chinese started using balloons as spy platforms, then they dialed it back down. But now they've got a lot more work to do. But of course now they've got AI that can sift through it.
Balloons flying overhead, 90% of them were innocent, you know, things. A couple of them were Chinese.
So 10% weren't innocent, and now he's saying a couple of them were Chinese spy balloons. So what were the other 10%? Because a couple out of how many are we talking about here?
And so, But we never look for balloons because our radars aren't trained for that. So that really was the point I was trying to drive at. I can't comment on the rest of the documentary. It has, as I said, claims from people that were former admirals, naval fighters, people with high clearances in government. Some of them are pretty spectacular claims. I'm not calling these people liars. I don't have independent knowledge that what they're saying is true. The one observation I had is we had people that did very important jobs in the U.S. government who are saying these things. So we have people with very high jobs in the U.S. government that are either A, liars, B, crazy, or C, telling the truth. And two of those three options are not good. But I don't.
Two of the three options are not good. So yeah, there you go. So what else in the documentary that you pay $25 for is bollocks, right? They should have got an update interview from, if it's like 3 or 4 years old. That's why it's a crappy movie. Cherry picked it. That's why I keep saying is a lot of these movies don't have any balance in it. It's alright having one side of the coin talked about, but you got to have the other side. You know, a good documentary normally has a skeptic or two on there. Like they used to do that with the older documentaries, where they used to have like the New Zealand Kaikoura Lights UFO, and then they'd have Maccabee on there saying yes, it's definitely anomalous, and then they'd bring on the skeptics. What was their names? The names slip out top of my head at the moment, but they bring on the skeptics and they'd say, oh yes, there's a radar glitch or whatever, right? And we know it wasn't a radar glitch. I personally had people that actually saw anomalous stuff at the time of the Kaikoura Lights. So 2 people that I know had seen the UFOs. So it wasn't Venus lights or squid boat lights or whatever was being said. Now, a lot of people didn't talk about it, about their sightings, because they're too scared to be mocked back then, or lose their jobs, or they had jobs where you couldn't say lunatic things, right? I'll just update here. So we ain't got too many people on YouTube today, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But hopefully it gets better when Robert comes on, when he talks about a year in review. Maybe he's got some new cases to bring us again. Okay, so there's a new released video. Again, through Green Street has put it up. New Pentagon UFO video, Jan 1st, 2023, United States European Command reported an encounter with multiple UFOs. The video was sent to Pentagon for analysis. Alright, so I don't know if you've ever seen mundane stuff on thermal imaging before, or infrared, but we're certainly seeing spiders and flies. So let's have a look at this one. So what do you think it might be? Aliens or something mundane? A string of balloons? String of wedding balloons. Now we're going to closer look. Such HD video that the military have, right? I can see a little flickering going on in the blobs, right? Let's get real close up. Obviously the camera's moving and the objects are moving too. Worm critters. I'm still not 100% sure. It's pretty crappy, isn't it? My top picks is it's either a flock of birds, or like geese, seen from behind, because normally we see them a V shape, right? So we don't know if it's forming a V shape, or it's a string of LED balloons or something like that. 2023 was it? It's a bit hard, this one. But yeah, is that something moving there? Is it? There we go, look. Don't think anyone's pointed that one out. There it is there, look. That could be part of on the camera. So we can see where the camera's panning. That could be the north indicator on, and normally they have a circle with a dot which points to north. That must be north. So we can see how much the camera's moving. Anyway, I think the Pentagon analysed it and they said it's most likely birds. So let's have a look. I wonder if they've got it where it's determined to just be birds. Yeah, what kind of birds? Geese, I guess. Is that just the same video? Oh, there's the north dot there. Have they stabilized it? No, there's that dot there. Now, there you go. I reckon it's birds. Yeah, it's possible. Seen from the back, approaching them. I guess it's from a Q9 Raptor, is it? Birds chasing random Chinese balloons. At just a glance, I'm going to say flocks of birds. Yeah, but it could be balloons. Since when do birds look like squares? Yeah, in low res it does, unfortunately. But there's kind of a little blinking going on, like sometimes when geese, they're sort of gliding with the air current, right? And they flap the wings occasionally. So many UFOs are just crummy mic contractor algorithms. Yeah, so you think they'd have HD camera on these pods, right? It looks like snakes. Finally a clear photo. UFO fleet. Nah. They weren't doing anything abnormally crazy, and it fit more of a flock of birds, right? Or balloons. I don't know. They must have had some other reasons to say they're balloons. I mean birds, not balloons, tied together. Yeah, I should give you a link to it so you can have a look on your own screen. So, the latest out from the government. Birds. Oh, why does it not let me type? Birds. There's not much I can do with that video, it's too garbage. If it's slightly higher quality, maybe. At least the computer's playing a wee bit better now. Next one. Alright, so Vetted is complaining that his channel's being suppressed. My video about Rubio and the Age of Discovery is getting heavily suppressed because he was saying negative things about the documentary, right? And YouTube obviously is favouring all the big pushes of the documentary, and all the naysayers drop them off. Super Bam blocked the entire video, and I had to appeal. It's never happened once to me, not once, only on the Joe Rogan episode. So we won't play it then. The irony of people getting attacked with copyright claims for clipping or covering a documentary about disclosure is effing hilarious. Yeah, exactly. Effing well said. When the truth can't stand on its own, suppression becomes the strategy. Why use alt media, Rumble, BitChute, Pilled, etc. if you work with frauds in the UFO field and not kill YouTube cash cows, then all fine. But expose liars and show truth, game over, man. I noticed this week my YouTube feed looks different. You're usually on my rotation. I like how you compare yourself to the podcast giant. It's not that, you know, you only can look at other similar channels same size and see they're talking about something that's not banned by YouTube. You see they're getting thousands of views, right, and subs. Stop getting in the way of controlled promotion. But anyway, it's good to see other people also get hit once they start exposing stuff. It's not just me. Okay, we can have a look at the deception, Age of Deception. Okay, we're getting there. But we've got up to 3 hours. I tell you what, my eyes really hurt today. I've been getting bad pollen this week. It's really bad, and feels like you got sandpaper in your eyes.
Now.
So you might remember on the documentary they said. They had some witnesses from the military claiming that a UFO landed at Is it Holland? Proving Ground or whatever it is, base there. And some researcher found the original footage, which was this one, was it? So it goes back to this thing I did. Let's see if I can find it. Back in 1988, before I was really into UFOs and all that, before internet even, they had a worldwide show that went to Russia, China, and they had military people from each of the countries coming on talking about UFOs, and it almost felt like there was going to be disclosure about aliens visiting Earth, and it never happened. So it's called Disclosure 1988. What happened to Disclosure 98? But on there, it had, before we found out, Richard Doty. I think it was called Falcon, and there was another one called Condor. There was Condor and Falcon. I can't remember who Condor was. But yeah, Disclosure. Where is it? We mentioned Disclosure too much now. I'm just trying to remember what I had on the cover. Might have to put 88 in or something. Oh god, so much stuff. I think I must have the most UFO stuff over anything Tyler's done, because I do such long shows and cover so much. Let's try 88 in the search then. Damn, Google, you're not really good at searching. I'm not sure if I used 98 or 88, but we'll just try 88. There we go. What happened to UFO disclosure of 1988? So it goes back to Condor and Falcon, talking about this sighting of UFO landing. And I'm playing a clip from the VHS tape I had. And some old faces on it. I remember sitting down watching it on a wooden TV. I think it was a colour. It was in a wooden cabinet with 4 legs. Not like we use now. But I think the story's in here. Somewhere about the UFO landing. And meeting, I think it was that guy there, was it? And it's got that guy from MASH, I can't remember what his name was.
Person there that saw it.
So he's talking about this particular thing where the UFO lands and 3 aliens step out. So he reckons, I'll just share that anyway. I think I post a link to the full show that you can watch online if you haven't seen it before. But we thought Disclosure was coming out then. I should have done. I should have just brought it out then and then and been done with it. Disclosure. But it's funny how the new Disclosure movie references to an old story back in 1988 that has been debunked. I never really looked too much into it after that. But apparently later on, the guy on that interview, if you watch it, I think I might have a picture of him, because I've only got frames and I'm talking about what actually happened. They reckon this is the video that the military gave him that he could use on his documentary. And it turns out to be total bullshit. It turns out to be disinformation again.
Again, this film from the 70s, they remastered and sold it again, and a bunch of UFO dorks, including me, I'm one of those dorks, bought it again on DVD so it would be higher quality. But once it's higher quality, there's a little more details in this film that you're able to discern, and many people, including this gentleman, discerned it.
The details are faint, but the wings and landing gear are unmistakable.
Alright, so
YouTube compression might completely obliterate.
Yeah, you can start to see there looks like a wing coming in there. Little black things underneath, right? And it looks like a black thing here where a tail fin would be. You can see there's definitely more detail there. But if you have a look at the original, I'm not sure if he's got it here. I think he has. I think I remember seeing it. Is that the original?
That's the classified part, so they want you to know that.
Alright, okay, so this is the one they got in originally. And you can see there's no detail like the other one. You can't see the black dots or the wings going across.
All of them happened, and they allowed them to use this 8 seconds of the film, but the rest of the film to
This film is so grainy and shitty, it could be literally anything. It could be a kite, it could be a balloon, it could be a seagull.
So that UFO meant to have landed and met, who was it? Eisenhower, was it? But that was debunked. Me and Robert were talking about it, and we found a document that actually showed that he was at the dentist somewhere else. But the UFO people, of course, say, oh, that's just a cover story, so you can't win. But yeah. This was meant to be the smoking gun footage of the UFO before it just landed. And now we know it's just a bloody plane. And that's probably why they didn't use it, the truth be known.
But we're going to show you what it actually is.
The classified part was pulled.
The classified part was pulled. Okay, now
rubbish.
We'll show you the debunk that Dan Farah, Lou Elizondo, and Jay Stratton would not dare show you, because they don't want you to know that Eric Davis is telling a porky here, like, oh, the president, the former president, or the president, George Bush, he told me that the aliens landed at Holloman. Okay. And the only evidence for that is this shit film that's been out in the zeitgeist in the UFO community for decades. But the film is completely and totally debunked by not one, but several different researchers, including one that's an aircraft expert.
But if the shot isn't part of the legendary lost film, what does it actually show?
And by the way, again, fair use. We are critiquing the video being shared, and we're...
And now I'm resharing. Save me having to do it. We'll analyze it. Someone's already done it, so that's good.
Educating the public about...
But this goes to show, just like the last video of the thermal of the string of circles, or actually low-grade blobs, you couldn't get any details on something like that. It was exactly the same as the original video of this, but when you get the proper source copy, Bingo. Around the compression artifacts, you start to see more details or stuff that's there, which suggests it's not a saucer anymore, but something else.
About the things that filmmaker Lou Elizondo and friends Dan Farah and Jay Stratton didn't want you to know. They're telling you that Holloman Air Force Base aliens landed there.
Oh, Hollyman. What did I say? Hollyway or something?
The only evidence or proof of that is a bunch of stories and this 8-second piece of film that depicts, allegedly depicts an alien spacecraft coming in for a landing at Holloman Air Force Base.
So descending from the sky. What was coming in to land at Holloman that day? Well, I'm happy to say I can answer this somewhat definitively.
Yeah, so we know what this film...
Alright, so I'm just moving on a bit. So now he zooms in.
A fucking airplane!
Oh, okay. The Apple Podcast is done with.
Film shows. Guess what?
Can't even get to where I want it to. Damn it.
But it doesn't show. Look.
How am I going to do it? Need a really fine step. Let's see, try there maybe.
A fucking airplane!
Oh, fuck. Oh well. Should have muted them. Hey, we'll just get to the spot. Get past the swearing. Should say effing plane. Effing. Everyone can say effing without getting in trouble. So you got the original DVD.
Acquired a copy of the officially released 2007 DVD of the documentary. Momentarily stunned by what that extra detail revealed.
Yeah. Now we start to see the black bits. What's happening? Come on, Google. What are you doing? This is just ridiculous. What? Ah, damn. What's it not playing? Men in Black. Oh no, it's playing. He's just talking. Okay, now you can see the landing gear, right? You can see the wings. And got a bright blob in the middle.
I saw this.
But the landing gear is clearly down, and if the plane was heading away from us, the landing gear would have already been stowed. So it's likely coming in for a landing rather than taking off. Now, we know the base had F-4s at the time, so it's logical to wonder if the incoming plane might also be a Phantom. And as shown in this footage, the F-4 Phantom had an intensely bright light that was...
Oh.
Alright, so debunked. And he knows they did have F4s there, so I just wanted to share that because that's in the documentary saying that's evidence and disclosure when it's not, right? Okay, here we go for time. 3 hours. Okay, we could probably have a look what's going on at third phase. And they haven't added anything for a while. Why is that? Members only, so we can't still see Shill Mr. Greed bitching about the other side. Okay, where did we get to on this crap? The truth about Three-Eye Atlas. They wouldn't know what the truth was. AV Lobe. So they even know making profit from it. From the garbage world. I've never seen anything like this. Okay, we'll grab that one. Ooh, pretty loud. Stupid music. Ooh, do. Let's see if I can put some copyright on it.
I'm digging this one. We got
Was that Brent? I'm digging.
a good look at it, and we're seeing this cylindrical shape.
Alright, it must be Blake. He's digging
Again,
it.
these flying craft that make
Is that a really distant plane? Well, let's see if we can zoom on it. It kind of looks like a plane flying slightly away from us.
make really no sense of propulsion. They're
no sense of propulsion. See, it looks like it's thinner at that end than it is this end. That's where the tail would be.
basically define gravity, the flight characteristics.
Yeah, that's what the wings tend to do. I'll just zoom back out. Then I wonder if they're zooming in.
Intelligent. It has a kind of a purpose of where it's going. We're going to get a couple looks at this. Now we got contrast.
Alright, let's have a look. Contrast.
With some contrast to make it pop. You can
Looks like it's turning away for us and going to a cloud.
see that again. This object is traversing the skies. It's a beautiful day. It's a great capture. You can see the clouds. It's a cumulus clouds. And what comes up next is going to
Again, this is where you should be using the apps, right? Kind of looks like a darker region there, doesn't it? Where the wings would be.
blow your mind. We see the craft just
Oh, the spud cam footage we get, huh?
moving. And watch this. We get a close up.
A tic-tac.
And you see another traveler.
Another traveler. Look, you can see it looks like it's some engines down here. Look. Couple pixels, but
Could that be a drone? It's hard to tell.
no, it could be a 737.
But it seems like another anomaly up in the sky while we're capturing this.
You can say, oh, why don't you see the tail? Well, you can sort of see the tail going up, but often the tails are coloured white or blue or something. And simply the camera doesn't pick it up. Looks like it tapers off at the back here, like when it goes up to the tail.
This great evidence right here at third phase. What's your thought?
Great evidence. What a load of bollocks, Blake
Thoughts in the
Cousins.
chat. What is this? Again, we need to look at this a little closer.
What do you think, Went? Anyway, let's move on. Don't want to go too far.
Organic up in the sky.
Has he not got his brother there today?
Very curious sighting. Makes me wonder what's going on around the world. These
What are we looking at even here? 3 points of light.
captures that are coming in so fast, it makes you think.
Does it really make you think, Blake? God, don't think. Whatever you do.
Could they
Looks like playing with the wing lights coming at us.
not be hiding anymore? That's what we've been saying recently, and I'm leaning towards
He's leaning towards a plane coming in for landing.
that being the truth. Now, let's get to this other interesting video
Is that the same video? Or another one?
here. Check it out. Here's a good close-up. We can see these lights against strange atmospheric phenomenon. Could this be what we're looking at?
It just looks like playing straight on, doesn't it?
we see these pulsating
white lights.
White orbs of light that are seems like they're connected, like it's basically a one craft itself. And again, we're not seeing drone capabilities or techniques. It's a weird sighting, and
looks like a plane.
I'm leaning towards this being a...
You can see the wings. Wings there. Front light and another wing light there.
Yeah, it's something
so,
that...
But we should be able to see a red blinking light, though.
It's unexplained. UAPs, UFOs, you call it what you want. We're looking at something. It's a phenomenon.
The problem is you don't always see the red blinking light because the white light's bigger, like that one there. And it blinds the other light that's behind. Until you're really close to it, of course. Well, you got better footage than pixel dots. And we got the red one here. But I think that's all the same object. Let's see. You normally have the red light on the left wing, and then you normally have a green light which can look white through atmospherics on the other wing. So it could be a military plane that's turned off some of the lights. Let's have a look. Looks like it's going through cloud cover. Well, it could be a helicopter.
You may have seen this before, but we're gonna check.
This is really the apps are needed, right, at the time of filming.
It out again, because there's something about this that's always fascinated me. Look at the colors and the look of it. It almost reminds me of the Close Encounters movie. You see this bluish white light to the left that creates this kind of fog light look. That's maybe
I think it's going through thick cloud there.
It's going into the clouds that's creating this effect, and then you see the other orb following it. It's just a curious video. I really like this one. What's your thought?
I don't know. It could be a couple of helicopters. Bit hard to tell that one. Now, where are we now? Inside a car. And they're filming something in the sky. Now, is it a blimp? Airship? Plane? And we have fields. It's in the right height to be at plane level. At 20,000 feet. And it kind of looks like a plane, doesn't it? It's got that little bit in the middle there where you have white wings. And I think I can see a tail going up. If they could keep it in frame. I think it's a jumbo jet flying past, right? Next one. It must be all plane videos, this one.
During the Apollo landing, and this one kind of caught our attention, and I think you'll find it rather interesting. These high-res photos reveal something on the lunar surface. Check this out. Sharing this right.
Let's go on to the next one. Okay, we know there are debris on the lunar surface.
Right now, to the world, there is a big mystery. What are we looking?
Why is it louder? Let me just check.
Looking at, some people are saying this is some kind
It must be the thing on my headset got knocked when I took it off. It's really loud for me.
of Stargate that opened up for a split second. We have 2 photographs, and
Okay, so looks like we've got some missing data. These big black bits.
there is the Apollo 17 mission just above the lunar surface, making its way to landing on the moon. Did we land on the moon? Well, some people say we didn't, but that's another story altogether. Now, we've got this photograph, and again, we're going to pan to the left, and some people are saying this mysterious object appeared out of nowhere. We have...
Hang on, isn't this the one they showed like 6 years ago? And it turned out to be Surveyor 2 or something like that.
Evidence to prove this theory. Right now, take a look at this. We're going to back up again. Get a
I don't know
good
what
look
they're
at the
talking
whole
about yet.
picture surrounding this mystery. What is this circular object? Okay, a few seconds before this
Circular
photograph,
object.
and then
Looks
we're
like a
zooming in.
crater
This is
so far.
2 or 3 seconds before the shot with whatever this circular object was. Now it's gone. All right, we're going to do some enhancements here. It's a bit tricky, but we're going to try.
I'm not sure what they're meaning. I don't see anything abnormal in
Try
that.
and line it up as best as possible with the craters and the lunar surface. And
We'll get on with it then.
boom, here we go. Take a look at this. Side-by-side comparison.
What are we meant to be looking at? That? Missing data? That looks like a crater of a duck. We're looking at that up there.
Within 2 seconds, the object is there. Prior to the shot, it is gone.
Alright, so they're talking about...
What
bring it back
is going
over.
on here? Could this just...
They're talking about that thing here. Kind of looks like it might be debris on the film, doesn't it? Piece of lens or something? Looks like something circular.
popped out in existence to observe the Apollo mission 7?
Yeah, it must be just some lint on the film. Because when they digitize it, right? So they're talking about that there.
Of it. Yeah, this is good. I like this close-up. It's an amazing photo if it's real deal. This is quite exciting. What
false objects on the film. That's not actually there. Next one. Okay, looks like a distant plane gone into a cloud.
All right, let's take a look at this again. Some people are saying these are...
Okay, looks like it might be through a car window and a reflection.
drones. Well, this was captured.
Okay, we got some stadium lights, is it? What's that there?
A few years ago, but it's the first time that...
So, it looks like it might be lens flare from them. Bright lights in front of a camera always makes false objects appear on the glass.
We're sharing it right here at Third Phase Moon, and I got a feeling these aren't drones or any kind of
look, square shape, same as the lights.
Commercial airliners coming in.
Is it? Or is it reflection?
Headlights. These things actually leave some kind of trail behind it, and when you see it interact with the clouds above, it actually lights it up, almost lights the clouds on fire. Take a look at this. We're slowing this down, and there it is, the refraction of light off the clouds. And then if you notice right there behind it, it's almost like leaving some kind of trail behind it.
Yeah, it's called a contrail.
You see that circular black?
Yeah, let's just go back a bit.
I got a feeling these aren't drones or any kind of
so it's not lens flare then. I gotta remember it's filmed through a window though. I'll look through it. Yeah, a bit suspect, isn't it?
Alright, let's take a
so we've got these lights here. And what are they? Is that a crane? It could be lights on a crane boom arms, because what's that there going up? And if that's rotating, these lights are going to move. Could it be crane lights?
look at this again. Some people are saying these are drones.
Out of focus.
Well, this was captured.
What else is that? The question is there two of these? And why aren't we seeing a whole row of lights? Could be edited though, it could be an edited video. So let's just keep
watching.
watching.
Years ago, but it's the first time that we're sharing it right here at Third.
So I don't like how they crop it off there.
These aren't drones or any kind of...
Oh, what's happened? I think there's more than two lights there though. Let's have a look.
Commercial airliners coming in your direction with the headlights. These things...
that could be an airport. Is that the row of lights you get at the end of a runway? Let's go back. There we go. Actually, let's just have a look. Lights. Looks like it's in a foreign country. Square row of lights. Runway. Runway threshold, yeah, at the end of the runway. We got a picture. So they could be planes. And those look like runway lights. So that means they're coming in to land and taking off. So they're going to be banking. So they're going to be moving. So that one's busted, I think. These are planes that may have taken off. And that's the first one, and then there's another one following behind.
Actually leave some kind of trail behind.
And you can see there's a slight redness to it here, where the red light gets absorbed into the white ones.
And when you see it interact with the clouds above, it actually lights it up, almost lights the clouds on fire.
So these look like they're moving around, but really they're just changing altitudes.
Take a look at this. We're slowing this down, and there it is. The refraction of light off the clouds. And then if you notice right there behind it, it's almost like leaving some kind of trail behind it.
Which is normally exhaust fumes, right?
You see that circular black trail?
2 planes taken off from the airport.
Windows rolled down, and what amazes me too is
they're
how these
banking.
things, they just take off. Look at this. They
Banking.
take off and
So it could be 2
basically
small planes going into cloud cover.
There we go. They're gone.
Oh, gone! You hopeless bleak cousins, you shellhead. Definitely planes. Okay, next one.
But I want to get everybody's opinion in the live premiere that we're doing on the side and in the comments.
Blah, blah, blah.
Looking at the distance, and it seems to be maybe about a mile away from the cameraman. And if that's the case, we're looking at something that's very large hovering in the sky.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my
Okay, it's a rapid blinking, wasn't it?
brain around exactly what we're looking at. Could it be possibly a drone suspending light LED lights and creating some kind of a spectacle in the sky? Some
It could be LED balloon or a kite, even.
kind of hoax somebody's trying to pull off. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem so. We don't hear any kind of a drone sounds whatsoever.
Which means
still
it's
trying to
more
figure
likely to be lead balloons or kites.
out what it is. And again, that's why we're opening up the chat below and the chat in the premiere.
Isn't
so
that
we can
a
get your
kite tail?
opinions of what we're
with
looking at right
LEDs
here
on
at
it?
Third Phase Moon. We get a lot of UFO sightings.
Yeah.
And like I said, we don't get it right all the time. And probably we hardly get it right. We're getting it out as fast as possible, and that's our goal.
You useless people. Get it out as fast as possible. We don't know. We don't care if it's junk. So yeah, that looks like a kite tail bending around, doesn't it?
We've got another video for you. Guys, take a look.
And it's going down longer here, and they got it pulsing. You know, going like they got LEDs all along it, and they just light them up randomly.
It's coming in from New Zealand.
What is this?
Yeah, I've never this video. This is also a really old one. What did it turn out to be?
It's like 3 lights hovering over the sky. What the frick is that?
We have to debunk this one, and we did find out information on it.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy, hey? Is this hovering over potty or what?
I think it was some sort of event where they had spotlights, was it? But anyway, I don't know if we can look it up. New Zealand 3 lights in sky UFO solved, debunked. That's not New Zealand. High mice lights. That's not coming up with the New Zealand one. Let's try it's bound to be a few years old, that one. Night time. Is that it? Spooky Dunedin skies. UFO, man. Sounds like someone's at the door. Hopefully they answer it. Yeah. I think there's one that sort of matched it. Was it this one? Okay, no one's answering the door. Hang on, let me just be back in a minute. You getting the door? You getting the door? This house is hopeless. They're in the toilets. No, the door didn't get answered. Yeah. I'm not sure if it was Dunedin. But anyway, that one has been solved. We have debunked it before. I can't remember what it was though. Normally my memory's pretty good, but I know it was solved.
It was. She filmed them on her phone and for a few seconds spotted the same thing. She was leaving home in the morning. She says when she spotted these big lights just hovering over her city, she doesn't have a clue what it could be, but people are wondering, could this be extraterrestrial in origin? One person...
You assholes. So they're recycling old stuff still.
I don't understand what the hell that thing is, man. I try to get it on.
Okay, this seems to ring a bell too.
Of my job. I can't get on the roof to see what it is. It's about 5:15.
Okay, looks like a stealth fighter from the side, doesn't it?
In the afternoon. This shit is crazy.
It's not symmetrical in size, is it? Now you can see the wings. That looks like the X, what is that called? The XB-57 or something?
I'm trying to get a closer look at it, but whatever the fuck.
That's that little plane. With little wings on it. XB something? 47? That thing. No. That's that one. X47B. Well, maybe it was. Could it be that we're looking at? So look again. Seems to ring a bell. This one.
Fuck it is. It's crazy. It's just sitting there in the middle of the damn sky. It's not a helicopter or nothing. Just sitting there. How much do I can get a better angle?
Okay, looks like a stealth plane, doesn't it? They said there was a helicopter with it. B2. Yeah, I don't think it's that shape. Yeah. Maybe. What's this one? Alright, they based it on the bird.
Alright, y'all. I'm back at him.
Can't trust anything on the third phase, so.
A little closer, but I
Hang on, this is something different, isn't it?
still can't see like what the hell it is. It's moving. I really can't tell what it is though. It's too fuzzy out here.
Looks like it's dangling on bloody power cables to me.
It's like moving a little bit back and forth. It's crazy.
It's got to be a fake, isn't it?
We'll zoom out a little bit. See, it is moving though, back and forth, like it's hanging in the air.
That's something dangling on cable there.
Close-up look on it. You see it's moving? This is some weird shit. I can't get it. No closer look on it. Damn. Wish I could, but whatever it is, it's in the sky hovering. We go back and forth. And it got like some kind of light.
Kind of looks like a shoe, doesn't it? Kind of looks like it goes up. There's a hole where you put your foot. This is a shoe that someone's thrown up there with some fishing line.
Emitting from it, some kind of light was in the back of it. I just can't get a closer look, or
also get some video corruption as he's moving.
Alright, now we want to get the public's reaction, and we ask a few people about this particular sighting in the Hollywood Hills. Listen up.
Okay, they didn't talk about the last one, but I think that was a shoe on a power line. And that one there is just a hot.
We have not. Alright, so what do you make of this? Broad daylight? Ours or?
I mean,
he's smiling, so he knows it's a fake. Okay.
A drone out of this, or what happened?
So it looks like one of those Globo hot air balloons.
You're listing countries like Haiti, like there's no money there, so.
These are paid
that's
actors,
weird.
right? They're saying that this is picked up off the street, but they're paying them to do this.
So when you look at something like that, if you were
average Joe of the street is what they would do. Was it in full screen again? Like that. I think it's almost time to go. We're getting too many strange things happening here.
I don't know what I'm looking for there.
Yeah, see, they ain't gonna know. Don't ask the average Joe. Let's have a look. If we can get it in
Reminds me of something you would
focus.
talk about. Almost, you know.
Yeah, that's a hot air balloon, isn't it? Yeah, you can see there's a basket underneath. It's very close to the bottom there. So that's just a hot air balloon. I don't know what I'm looking at. What do you expect the public to say? They're the ones that send in the submissions. Here we go for time. 3:30. I might just wrap it up there. I think I'm pretty much done for today. My eyes hurt too much. You're crazy about UFOs. Look at this garbage. I might have a look at that one.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blink
Welcome
Visits here.
back.
We've got so many videos coming into Third Phase.
Oh, we got some people side chatters. Who we got there? Jasper changed his name again. No, Google's done something, haven't they? I was totally unaware of the one you just showed. I still thought the black one. Yes, a shoe dangling. Okay. Well, at least someone agrees with me. Thanks for joining and saying something. I didn't notice. I gave up looking at the side chat because no one's talking today. In fact, I'm not sure where everybody is. Is it some sort of football on TV or something? It's probably something like that. Sunday. Is it finals or something? I think there's cricket on TV in New Zealand. I can't stand cricket.
We're gonna get to it.
Yeah. More crap fun. Oh, right, kite tail. Actually, without even playing it, I can see that's one of those kite tails that can change colours and rainbow effects.
On Halloween night, is this some kind of...
I told you. There's a kite tail. You can't see the kite, but you can see the tail because they got it lit up.
pyrotech display? In my opinion, it possibly is, but what do you make of this spectacle?
Yeah, Blake, very cool sighting out of Brazil.
Very cool, Brazil. The land of balloon kite hoaxes. Okay, let's move on. I think we've looked at that one before, haven't we?
And then sort of we got this footage.
Okay, I think we've seen this one about 10 years ago. I think that was... we pinned it to a airship, if I remember right. A Dubai airship. It was down there for a show, but it got rained out or something, so they sent it back home.
But then very quickly it just disappeared. If anyone's got any explanation as to what it is, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a UFO. So we got some more footage. Again, we sort of zoomed in.
Yeah, I think it was the airship.
It's quite grainy, but you can clearly see there's just some lights or light.
Yeah, I think we looked it up with Charles a long time ago now. Time flies. That was the airship one. Airship from Dubai. Dubai. Was it? How do you spell it? In UK, I think it was. That one. That's the one. Spirit of Dubai, that's what it was. Yeah. And it's over UK. And the way it's painted, you don't see, it looks funny. Yeah, let's go back to the video. Looks like something white.
Floating in the air, and it was in a...
It wasn't on the flight radar though, I don't think, because it was under 1,000 feet. I think they can fly it without having call sign on, because it shows up on radar.
Single place the whole time. It didn't move, it didn't fly around, it just hovered there or flicker or anything.
Yeah, Spirit of Dubai.
Just very strange. If anyone's got an explanation what it could be, I'd love to know, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that one's debunked. Okay. So they're playing lots of old videos
What's
again.
your thoughts here?
You know, people that claim they've been getting so many emails of stuff, new stuff coming in, and that's recycling old stuff all the time. I don't know why people aren't cottoned on to what they're up to. Has anyone actually said? I've seen this before. This channel is the best. I wonder if she's comes from California. Looks like she's got those super long eyelashes on, which makes them look stupid. We're getting closer to full-blown disclosure. No, you're not, mate. You're never ever going to get disclosure. My 12-year-old son and I were out moosing. Rotating from space, rotating with lights of all colours, flashing in size. Okay, that sounds like it's kind of flying around the RC kite again. We need more info about time and date. Yeah, exactly. I grew up near Stonehenge. Actually, that was that in Stonehenge? That one. Let's put it in there. I think it was there or close to it. There it is. Spirit of Dubai again. Have we got one where it's flying over Stonehenge? You think they would have done a photo shoot over Stonehenge, because that would look pretty cool for a postcard or something. Oh, here we go. I have to go full screen. Is that Stonehenge? Yeah. What's it not zooming in? No balloon in it though. Looks like it flew over Roman buildings. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was around about past Stonehenge, if I remember right. Anyway, we won't bother. All these suckers watching them don't realise they're hoaxes. Oh, you're onto it. So yeah, no one's saying they've seen the footage before, because they're newcomers to the field and they have no clue about them being hoaxes or dishonest. So they always got new victims, as I put it.
Is this maybe just some kind of a trail left behind by an airliner?
You know what, Blake? This could be the best submission.
Okay, looks like we got a moon, I think. And a plane contrail, isn't it?
For tonight, I'm liking this one a lot. You can see the color. It seems like it's fire hot and it's glowing. This thing's massive. Could it be miles long? That's the big question. Could this be?
Yeah, it looks like a plane contrail, doesn't it? Ooh, that guy. I really hate that guy. He's a faker from the FBI, claimed to be X-Files. I was the guy in X-Files that the show's based on. He's put on some weight, hasn't he? So that shows how old it is, because this guy's never ever featured anymore. A face that you can never trust. Cosmic Disclosure t-shirt. Yeah, that guy set up his own sort of like film company now, and he's trying to push. He used Third Face to try and get promoted and all that sort of stuff. I can't remember what his name was now. DeSozo or something. I don't know. Something like that. When was that though? That'll tell us how long ago he was on their stream. It must be at least 5 years. Or 3 years, 3 to 5 years. Anyway, I think coming up to end of the day on this. Like I said, there's always more to go over, and it was just recycled garbage. These UFO videos cannot be unseen. Yeah, look, we interviewed this Walton guy. What's his name? Travis Walton. After he got exposed by his mate Rogers, who came out and said, yeah, that was all a hoax. And he tried to do damage control, but yeah, it was a hoax. They lied. But anyway, I've got episodes on that too, and I said it was a hoax even before someone come and said it was exactly what I said it would be. A spotlight from a distance aimed towards Travis. Because I came across a website where there was some guy doing a write-up on all of it, and it had some drawings and a statement saying that one of the passengers in the back thought it was a dare stand that they were seeing with a spotlight. Well, it was close. It wasn't a dare stand, it was a tower for fire control reporting. But anyway, we're going to leave it there until next weekend. And I need a drink and cool off. It's pretty hot in here. Thanks for liking, guys, and those that said hi on the side. I think there was a couple, wasn't there? Take care on the roads. So yeah, so there will be a show on the 27th your time after Christmas. Hopefully you'll be on holiday. Hopefully more people will show up, and we'll have Robert Farmer join us next weekend. I don't know, probably more of the same stuff, I guess. But I have been busy doing these 15-minute videos, but it gets a bit tedious after a while, you know. Don't have much of a life. Did I miss something here? Blimped here. Okay, we got Jasper just saying something there. Right, you can go back and watch the beginning now. Thanks for showing up anyway, and just hit the end credits here. Ending. Come on. I think there must be sport on TV. Sport's more important than UFOs and disclosure. Do hit a like on the way out, and do share it. Do sub if you're new to the channel. We need to get to that 10,000k before the channel gets noticed, but I don't think I'll be around the time we get to that level. Taking too long. 9 years doing it so far. Someone called me a shill on Reddit, which was a laugh. You've got to remember, I've only made like 1,500 bucks in 9 years. Divide that into a year, that probably just barely cover ISP costs for 1 year, not 9. Anyway, better start ending some of this.